Return from whence you came. Alright, cheers. It's Rimworld. Welcome back. Today, we join Ethel having a... Well, he was having a beer. He's not anymore. You're actually going in the same room as your child, I see. Good job. Welcome back to Cauliflower Valley. Today, Nacho is no longer incapable of walking. And look at this. On her feet at all sorts. Last episode, Nacho went through a bit of a time of it. Oh, an animal transport pod crash. She was torn to shreds and left with quite a lot of interesting scarring. That meant that she wasn't able to move or anything else. And then on top of all of that, she was pregnant and subsequently gave birth and is now confused. It's really been a moment. I mean, the anesthetic's the reason for the confusion. So, you know, yeah, like walking around when you're woozy, having just given birth and then subsequently having 3 bionic limbs installed into yourself is probably not the smartest decision to make, to be honest, but I'm sure she'll be fine. Another Xenotype lab. We've literally just explored one of them towards the end of the last episode, so we've got 21 days on that. Maybe we'll check that out. They're not too interesting. I might just do that in the background. And a fission mouse called Romulus is crashing. What is a fission mouse? This is a fission mouse. Oh dear, you're dying. Oh, look at this. Usually called a mouse, more traits in common with the banner-tailed kangaroo rat, such as a jumping bipedal locomotion. What a sentence. Imagine that. Imagine being described as a jumping bipedal locomotion. I'm sure biologists around the world are rolling their eyes at me. The fission mouse is another example of human genetic engineering gone terribly wrong. Well, yeah, we've got nothing like that going on here, I assure you. A sterile creature, but when it dies, 3 duplicates are created, sharing all memories of its pet. Wait a minute, so if we were to just... I mean, I feel a bit bad, actually, about saying, oh, we should just let Romulus die, and then we'll have 3 times the Romulus. I tell you what, Romulus, you landed in the right place. Troll Pants, tend Romulus. There you go. You aren't gonna eat into my medicine supplies, are you? No? We've got medicine? Oh, we've absolutely got medicine. We've got more medicine than we know what to do with. What a way to start the day. Oh, and actually, perhaps more important than Romulus, the wagon has been painted and it looks horrible. I thought it would look cool, and it, you know, objects in the mirror are not what they appear. I think we'll go for something else. Wow, we've got so many options here, haven't we? Good grief. I like that one. Buy button. There we go. Yeah, that looks a little bit too distressed for my tastes. This, already on the job, is Robot Buddy 2. Robot Buddy the 2nd, I should say. That looks like a car. There we go. I really like that feature. That's really cool. Okay, so we've stopped it from bleeding out, which is great news. Animal sleeping spot. I've been keeping the animals in the lab for no reason other than I just felt like that would be a cool place for them to live. Because we actually do have Dan and Henry. Dan here, I don't think I introduced Dan, but Dan is a squirrel that's self-tamed. A rodent species that follows humankind everywhere it spreads. Yes, that's Dan for you. Look at him go. Alright, see you later, mate. What was I saying? Ah, yeah, the plan for today. Armor up. That's a big one on the agenda. Following the armor up, though, I want to take out this destroyer, if at all possible. And maybe even this frigate. I want to start making a dent in these mechanoids that have landed on the surface. I think what we'll do to that end is Athos here is actually pretty well geared with the flak vest and jacket and pants. So Athos, I think, is good to go. Athos is effectively armored up. In fact, does that count? Strong armor. Sure enough, it does. Nacho, as well, is well protected with their deserter helmet and deserter armor. I think one more person in full gear should be enough. And the person I'm thinking of for that is actually Kerwin. Kerwin joined us as a survivor of a weird cult. We still don't really know anything about their childhood or adulthood, but they've died working with us and have become a well-established member of this ragtag. Well, you can't even call this a crew anymore. This is more like a collective. Nevertheless, yeah, I think Kerwin, you know something, we'll get you some armor. It only seems fair. And maybe it'll help with the fact that, you know, you look like this. It won't. But maybe. probably deal with that silent level for Kalani. Hey, there you go. Animal allies. Infuses a large area with harmonic life force that influences animal behavior. Okay, cool. Yeah, speaking of Kalani, it's been a minute since we've done a crop burst, so I think we'll play one of those down here. Are you still wandering? Yes, you are. Okay. Let's see what Kalani's delivered. What is this? Oh my god, what have you done? A keening cordax. A carnivore plant so called for the high-pitched sound that it makes during the day. Its huge openings are filled with smelly, sicky substance that attracts all kinds of insects. Cordax resin can be used as a very efficient sealant. A wild plant that cannot be cultivated and can be harvested for cordax resin. What is cordax resin? A vicious slurry of organic compounds, nectar-like liquid used by the plant to... Alright. I don't like these at all. These are horrifying. Get rid of them. Get rid of them immediately. Yeah, I'm going to stop looking at that. Good grief. Thank you for nothing, Kalani. So, Kerwin and armor. Armor and Kerwin. Let's go for... I mean, I was originally going to go for the privateer armor, and then I spotted that we'd resetted the X1 cybernetic body defense suit. That also increases Kerwin's research speed. Does lower the work speed, but I mean, Kerwin primarily just researches. Aiming time by 50% is kind of bad, though, huh? Yeah, maybe we won't make the cybernetic body defense suit. There's also this. Let's just keep things simple, shall we? Let's go for the privateer or locust. And the locust would... Locust probably better for, like, Zari and Aethel. The privateer armor has the grappling hook, actually, and I think that's really cool. So let's go for that. Doesn't require any steel either, which is nice, although, again, the advanced components... Although we've got 14. Yeah, let's make some privateer armor for Kerwin there. You'll probably want a hat of some description as well, won't you? Make you a nice marine helmet. There you are. And Lianlu's on the job. Great work. How much work is that going to take? A lot. Okay, well, that's fine. I think once Kerwin's geared up and ready to go, maybe we gear Priad up as well, and then we'll send Priad, Kerwin, Athos, and Nacho in to deal with that destroyer. So, I mean, maybe we actually just want to build 2 of each. Yeah, let's do that. It's nice to actually have this started, though. You know, we've come a long way in the 135 days that we've been on this planet, especially considering we're at this point. It's quite nice, really. And it's about time we started tidying this place up for good. I think, as well, given the fact that our steel reserves are looking slightly healthier, we should probably look at putting together a pod launching situation. I think 6 will be enough. And I think for these pod launchers as well, we'll keep them fueled and full of transport pods. There we are. Although I don't think we'll need them for the... These are being harvested, right? They're not. Oh no. What about if we... Oh wait. Yes, they are. I see. We would just leave them here. No. I mean, I don't know that we need the cordax resin. Oh hey, I forgot we had this solar generator. We brought that back with us, didn't we? Let's install that real quick. Yeah, no. I think we just get rid of these entirely. I hate them. I'm sorry. Weird trees, plants, whatever you are. I'm sorry, but you can't stay here. Before I forget, last time Priad hit 15 in medical, thanks to installing that bionic arm? Bionic something in Nacho. Nevertheless, I think it would be prudent to actually give Priad their 2nd level of expertise. And gonna go with a slight bit of surgery. There we are. Incapable of being intellectual, and yet a surgical savant is Priad. Hey, speaking of surgical savants, we did find medicine curiosity, which would prevent that skill loss entirely for Priad. And we're not going to be using Priad for melee-related duties, so I think we can balance out medicine and curiosity with awful melee there. Or maybe we make Priad blue. I don't think we need to make Priad blue, to be honest. I think we'll just go for... Although, we could also make Priad robust, really lean into the not having melee capabilities, and make him dependent on Psyche. I don't think so. I actually think a hunger rate of 125% is going to be fine. We'll roll this up for Priad there, make him extra robust, really bad at melee, but with that medicine curiosity as well. We've got the genes, we might as well use them. And I mean, we're waiting for armor to finish being realized, so there's no reason why we can't let Priad have his coma, such as it was. The rescued animal isn't joining. Well, that's fine. I didn't really want a fish and mouse to join us. They sound like more problems than they're worth. Probably let it out, though, huh? Peacetime is at an end, at least for now. Another Mechanoid combat cluster is landing nearby. It's going to be dormant, which is nice. And it's going to land within our territory. So, hey, it's actually really small again. There's 2 big old turrets. And this time we've actually got some Mechanoids to deal with. 2 Minotaurs and a Scorcher. How you doing? How you looking, Nacho? Oh, you are back at it, aren't you? You are ready to go. We'll bring Hookit down into cover, Athos into more cover, because you've got that sniper rifle. Okay, what is our plan here? Well, our plan is Nacho's going to jump in on the Scorcher, Zari's going to run in on this turret, Athos is going to use guided shots and just go to town, or 1 guided shot and go to town, I suppose. What should we use the guided shot on? Is the real question. Or maybe we just go fire and focus. No, we'll go the guided shot on the Scorcher. Hookit can drop a pretty nice Thunderbolt, and everyone else can fire at will, I suppose. And Zari can just wait for the Thunderbolt first, actually. That's probably a smart play, isn't it? Let's go. Okay, go in. And then Nacho jumps to the Scorcher. How much damage is that shot going to do? There it is, look. Ooh, Zari, watch out. Never mind. Didn't even break a sweat. That's what you get for landing here, Mechanoid Clutcher. Cluster. And do that again. And there it is, the new and improved Priad. He's robust, he can't hit things, and he's curious about medicine. The gentleman, the scholar, the heart-shaped tattoo. What a package. What a man. It's Priad. Priad is really good. Now, of all of the joiners that we've had so far, like, Priad's probably up there with one of the best. It's insane. Speaking of prodigies, how's Zed getting on here? You've learned a bit about shooting, melee, and social, so that's cool, isn't it? Nacho got herself another Psychic level, so let's go for Charge and Skewer. An obscene amount of energy, Psychic Jump, strikes twice, skewers through the torso. Sure. And animals lack... Don't question it. Oh, you got 2 levels, I see. Well, in that case, let's go for KO as well. Hey now, you are good, aren't you? And there we go. There's the tentacled Kerwin in their brand new privateer armor, which comes with a grappling hook. Oh, that's cool, isn't it? I really like that. Reload. Ah, okay, the reload's just basically a time-consuming exercise. That's fine. I hope you're happy, Kerwin. I certainly am. I've moved the anima tree to be a little bit closer to home. Yes, closer to home. We'll go with that. I think this is a nice little area for it. I did actually consider here, but I liked here. It was greener. What I'd kind of like to do, although it's going to cost us an extreme amount of fine marble. It's going to cost like 1,400 fine marble, but I'd like to eventually expand the dining room just a little bit further down here. Maybe we could do it without the flooring. We're currently burning through perhaps more oil than we're producing, and to that, I think we're probably going to want to get ourselves another oil derrick going on here. Oil well, I should say. I keep calling them derricks, they're wells in Rimworld. Which is going to cost us a fair little chunk of steel, but I think it's going to be necessary given the fact that, yeah, we are really running low, such as it was. Well, we're doing pretty good on the chem fuel now, at least, so... yeah, I think increasing oil production to match our chem fuel production is kind of going to be needed. We are eventually going to reach a point where a different power solution is going to be necessary, and I think we might look to Rim Atomics for that. Of course, Rim Atomics is a pretty significant undertaking, and the question really is, where would you build a nuclear power plant? In Cauliflower Valley, you know? One thing at a time. It's been a while since I've played around with Rim Atomics, though, so I'd like to revisit it, if it's all possible. Lani does seem to have this habit of putting on things that aren't meant for her. You know, the one of the marine helmets that we put together there, Kalani decided that she was going to wear. You don't need it, Kalani. You're not getting into any fights anytime soon. I promise. It's for Priad. Kerwin's already got theirs. But now we've got Athos, Priad, Kerwin, and Nacho geared up and ready for bear. I think it's time for us to take on that destroyer. So, open the garage, and then let's get in the wagon and get after it. And the squad has, we'll call it mounted up, and they're off. So we'll see them and our sweet ride once they maneuver the forest and arrive at their would-be destination. Yes, they're off to deal with that destroyer, and I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure these 4 armored up and tough cookies will be able to deal with it. We'll see them in half a day. Nacho's caravan has arrived at destroyer S-47 and is ready to begin the attack. So what have we got to deal with here? Wow, that is a lot of scythers, and that is some huge guns. Although, for artillery, it doesn't have a tremendous range. Or is that its ineffective range? No, minimum range. Yes, that is its ineffective range. There's also a mortar and another artillery. So actually, if we get into minimum range on those, then we're fine. But if we did get into minimum range, we'd be dealing with 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 scythers. Ah, there's the other one. And a lancer. And a pikeman. So this ain't going to be a simple fight. Hey, there's like an excellent billiards table. And there's actually some loot here. Look, oh my goodness. Wow, someone's built themselves a full-on hotel here. Look at this. Not a very good hotel from the looks of these dresses, what have you, but even so, this place even had an oil refinery on the go. Anyway, all of that good stuff isn't going to matter until we deal with our problems. We're just going to need to get in here, first of all, because if we stay out of this minimum range, then these mortars and whatnot are going to cause us problems. So bring the car in. Oh my god, we're immediately on fire. Bring the car in, bring the car in, bring the car in, bring the car in, bring it in. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, stop. Turn off engine. There we go. Unload all. It's showtime. And, oh no, we've got scythers immediately up in our business. Okay. Right then. We can't charge and skewer those because they're mechanoids. They don't have torsos. Right, in that case, what if then Athos, Priad, and Kerwin start running away from the scythers and we get Nacho to jump in on the lancer and the pikeman? I think that's going to be something. Right, what's more dangerous, lancer or pikeman? It's probably the lancer, right? Which is this guy right here. No, that's the scyther. That's the lancer. Okay, terrific news. Get in on that lancer. You 3 run. Oh god, but the guns. Yes, okay, we can't do that. That's a bad play. How's that lancer doing? Nacho, you're fine. Great job. Okay, lancer's dead. Let's then go for a bit of the blades, Beady Gonzales, and then jump in on the pikeman. The car's on fire and Kerwin's really sore. Iron focus? Actually, now that I think about it, Athos, you kind of just want range, don't you? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Right, Nacho, you've dealt with the gunners. We've just got the scythers left. Defend your friends. Okay, Kerwin's down. That's not fun. Riyadh, step out. Athos up here too. Nacho in. Oh my god, those guns are really going after it. The car! As soon as you're here, Priad, switch to the minigun. Although Nacho's just literally taking care of everything. Right, we're not out the woods yet. You're fine. You're actually fine. They're not bleeding out impressively. Athos and Priad, please go put that fire out. In fact, Nacho, you're going to have to put the fire out too. No, Nacho, guns. Oh, that car's probably going to be blown up, which isn't fun. Okay, last gun, Nacho. Put this fire out. In fact, what's going to be easier is we put a home area down, something like this. There we go. Oh, that's going to go boom. Nacho, that's a friggin' reactor. Get out. There's so much there that's about to explode. Are you going to fire? What is going to happen when that goes off? It's a ship reactor. I don't... Whoa. Okay. Like the explosion. Yes. Right, Kerwin, I know you're lying there on the floor and you're upset about what's going on, I'm sure, but you're actually fine. You're just a bit battered and bruised, mate. You're going to live. Riyadh's bleeding out in 23 hours and has lost his pinky. Car's out of fuel, but is actually... Yeah, the car's pretty KO'd as well, isn't it? It's honestly impressive that it managed to survive. Oh well, there is some fuel here, but we're going to need to repair the car if we want to actually make the use of it. Athos, are you okay? You're 13 hours away from bleeding out. What happened to you? Oh, the explosion of the reactor? You kidding me? Area revealed? Oh, great. All that stuff that we were thinking about looting is currently going to be on fire as well. This has not gone according to plan. We did destroy the destroyer, but, you know. Right. Let's claim that. Make it medical. Athos, go and rest. Triad, you're also bleeding out. Go and... Okay. Okay, Nacho, can you... So I was repairing... What about... I want to refuel it, you see. I want to refuel it. Wouldn't it be nice if it rained? Right, Priad. Tending to Athos. Go. Kerwin, you're fine. I promise. Just keep crawling, buddy. Is this drivable yet? No, you don't understand. I need you to rest until you're healed. Kerwin, just... Yeah, you keep crawling. You've been angered because we polluted the nearby site. I don't care, Sector Supremacy. I don't even know what we did to pollute it. Oh, Kerwin's on fire. What have you done? Rescue Kerwin, goodness sake. And it's raining, which is great news. Okay. Wow. What a nightmare. Right, Priad, go give yourself a wash. They're both fine. Athos? Where did you go? You're going for a wash as well. You're also fine. And Shannon gained a silent level. Well, sure. I'd really like to be able to drive our way out of here, if at all possible. I don't want to leave another frigging vehicle behind. And of course, Kerwin's got themselves a nice infection, just in case things weren't already ridiculous. Can we tend Kerwin? Yes, we can. Nacho's already on the case. Good job. 19%. Well, we'll just have to deal with that. Let's keep repairing this thing. How are we doing? It's actually getting there. It's getting there. Here we go now. Once the chem tank, I think, yes, it must be the chem tank. Once that's repaired, no, Nacho, you don't understand. I need you to repair the car. It's almost repaired, but Nacho keeps falling asleep. What is this? What are you? A night Ave? Okay. Nacho's incredibly tired. Actually, she's really not. Hey, Priad, come here a sec. And it's repaired. Amazing. Okay. Let's just let everyone get some rest. Refuel that car. And then hopefully we can be able to get out of here. Wouldn't that be something? An infection's a little bit of a concern. 25% and it's... Oh, God, that arm's just going to have to go. Sorry, Kerwin. Yeah. There's no way you're going to survive. Sorry, but Nacho, would you... In fact, no, we've got Priad with us, right? And... Prioritize operate. Yeah, sorry, Kerwin. The arm's just going to have to go. I'm sure you'll regrow it back, but you're not going to survive that infection. 46% on the infection, 28% on your immunity. Sorry. Surgery failed, but hey, you cut the arm off, Priya. That's what's important. Right, can you tend Kerwin now? Goodness sake. Then he took out his right arm. Wow. It's not the done thing, is it? It's not the done thing at all. Right, I think we can get out of here now that the car's got some fuel in it. Reform vehicle caravan. Actually, let's not have Priad as the driver. Let's have Nacho as the driver. She's the only one in full health. And we should be able to loot this place, which is kind of nice. And that's it. Job done. A bit messy, including a failed surgery, Kerwin losing an arm, but job done. Athos, Priad, and Kerwin are on their way home. What a nightmare that ended up being, huh? But hey, kind of feels like Nacho probably could have just soloed the entire thing, honestly. Like the bionics that Nacho's rocking now make her insanely strong. At least everyone back at home is really happy. Like, they really enjoy living here in Cauliflower Valley. And who could blame them? It's just whenever they leave it, things seem to go horribly wrong. And they're back home. Safe and relatively sound, shall we say. Let's bring the car in. And then get Kerwin, Athos, and Priad to hospital, I think, is probably the done thing, isn't it? Where are you driving? Where are you? Oh, you're right there. We're driving through the middle of everybody. Sure, you know what? That's fine. Great work. Unload all pawns, and then the cargo. Anyone going to rescue Kerwin, or are we just going to leave him lying on the floor? Lianlu just walks past. Not a care in the world. Okay, thanks, Shandon. I appreciate you, and I'm sure Kerwin does too. How are you getting on there? Alright? Yeah? Just feeling a bit armless. Mind-shattering pain. Look, you're in a huge, very impressive hospital. Mind-shattering pain will be taken care of. I can understand the mind-shattering pain. You know, I mean, you've got a stab star through your tongue, for goodness sake. And those scythers really did do a number on you, didn't they? Yeah. Well, you three will be fine. Probably. Priad losing his pinky's kind of unfortunate. And just in case we needed anything else, Nacho, Hook, and Aethel and Apprehension have all gotten flu. Gonna do another crop burst. It's wheat. Hey, okay. Got a few more siling levels to take care of here. Hucket's able to learn Vortex, which manifests a gaping vortex of high voltage electricity redirected by a skip gate from a nebula storm. I see. Or EMP in a huge radius. I think we'll go for the nebula storm. That sounds fun. Nacho didn't actually come out of that fight with the Scythers unscathed. Did leave a mangled scar on her left eye. Has reduced her again. And she just... I don't even know. She just keeps getting into these fights and keeps coming out of them for scars. I don't understand. We probably should have brought Hucket with us to that fight. What with all of the EMP capabilities that Hucket has. That might have been useful. Whilst all of that was happening and everyone's currently suffering from flu, Shandon has Silent level. Dominate a target for a period of time, giving the caster a second body. Okay. Or designates an area of stone which will have its minerals swapped out for a single randomized type. Okay, we'll try that. Create a rift in karmic balance, but only affects combat. Location swap. Transmutation, which is completely unpredictable. I kind of want to try out transmutation at some point. Let's see what transmute stone does. Would you like to transmute this here? Oh, I see. It's a... we have to use it on, like, rocks and what have you. We've got a rock here somewhere, haven't we? Yes. Or can we use it? No, it looks like we can use it on the mountain, right? Aha, yes, it's changed it to limestone. I see. Can we do something better? Whoa, rose quartz. What about, again? Ancient metal. Mine to acquire steel chunks. That's kind of cool. What about here? More ancient metal. I see. And I'll take some chunks of steel, I suppose. As it goes, everyone's going to be fine regarding the flu. Hucket there seems to need another word of immunity. But outside of Hucket slightly lagging behind, Aethel's 2/3 cured, Nacho's 2/3, and Apprehension is basically already back to normal. You'd kind of think that the small child is the one that would suffer the most from flu rather than 3 robust adults, but what do I know? And Clav is about to give birth. So, you know, once you're done with the playing the harp there, Clav, should probably think about doing that, shouldn't we? Kind of feel like let's not have Priad spectate, that would be strange. Let's go for Trollpants again. He seems to be quite good at this whole thing. Wow, you are quick at this, aren't you? Good grief. And just in time for a cluster of gifts from the sky. And it's a healthy childbirth. Good job. Right, first of all, skulls. Skulls have rained from the sky. I'm alright for skulls that have rained from the sky, but I will take the steel slag chunks. Healthy baby. Name the baby. Time to name the baby, and it's gonna be Keisha. Welcome to the world. Can Keisha Poduk? Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. Her title is Newborn. What an absolutely momentous occasion. We're drowning in people here. Good grief. No more pregnancies, please. I think that's enough for us now. Cohen's back to full health, minus an arm. I don't really think they need their right arm, which is a sentence that you could only say in this game. So I'm not going to... Oh, maybe we should, though. It would be a bit cruel to have cut off Kurtwin's arm and then not replace it. I'm just concerned that we're running low on plasteel. We might need it for stuff like a charge sniper rifle. Hey now. Charge sniper rifle. Yeah, we really need more plasteel if we want to start going down that route, don't we? Another bulk goods trader here, which has enabled us to offload some more stuff. Pick up some more Nutramine. We'll grab some components and advanced components whilst we're at it, actually. What it has made me realize, though, is that Cordax resin that we picked up is worth an astonishing amount of money. And, I mean, I'm absolutely fine with that. Because it's enabled us to pick up some steel and some plasteel and the components and so on and so forth. And come out with a tidy profit. We're making money. Look at this. I bought some books as well. What did I buy here? The Diaries of Chrysler. Useful information about spices. The Precis focuses on the more skilled aspects of the subject. A freak entanglement accident killed the author shortly after publication. Well, there you go. And Clav's throwing a party in an appropriate location, no less. What an absolutely enchanting time. I like that not everyone's been invited to this party. Oethos did just show up. Priad's not interested at all and is busy playing pool by himself. Sorry, not pool. billiards. I like that they all seem to, for the most part, I mean, apart from the fact that everyone hates Kerwin because of the, disfigurement, which is ridiculous, everyone does kind of get on, I want to say. Yeah, Priad seems to like everybody. Sinatra does too. Well, actually, Sinatra doesn't really have an opinion on many people, and in actual fact, really doesn't like Nacho. Why don't you like Nacho? Oh, you don't like Nacho because Nacho is now disfigured. But you admire the fact that she was badly injured in battle and admire her courage. I see. Trollpants is also disfigured? And yeah, just physically. I was like, how is Trollpants disfigured? Oh, it'll be the ear and the foot being torn off. Wow, okay, yeah. And Nacho, of course, it's the left eye of the mangled scar. Hey, now, we could... I was just thinking to myself, we could definitely replace that eye, but I mean, if I just went on about not really wanting to replace Kerwin's arm, replacing Nacho's eye and not Kerwin's arm feels like a bit of a miss. I mean, the eye still works, whereas the lack of an arm doesn't. Clear favoritism going on in Cauliflower Valley. Our third oil well has been constructed, but our oil is still going down whenever the oil wells are running and the chem fuel plant is running, which means yet another oil well and pemmican, primarily the oil well. I'm kind of hoping that the 4 oil wells will be enough to sate the hunger of the crude cracker. What I'd like is just to have more oil going in than is going out. Though I imagine once these 2 tanks are filled, it's going to be pretty chilling. But yeah. Oh hey, our clean sweeper's ready for retrieval. And there it is, already hard at work. We'll call you Roomba. That's what those things are called, aren't they? The robots that clean things for you and scare cats. Gonna send Nacho off on her lonesome to explore the biotech lab. I'm sure I won't regret that decision. As she sails through the air. That walk back's gonna be fine, right? Look at this place. Wow, these are cool. This is a what's it called again? A mycotic jungle. And mycotic is definitely the word I would use to describe this. Wow, look at you. A mycoid colossus. That's awesome. What a cool place. I don't like mushrooms. Well, no, I don't like mushrooms as food, but I kind of like the way they can make things look interesting. And this certainly is an interesting looking place. As expected, Nacho was in fact able to explore this lab pretty much without incident. So we'll say a quick hello and goodbye to the mycotic jungle. I wouldn't mind playing on one of these maps sometime, though. This is really cool. Love the colours. Anyway, we'll send Nacho home with their haul, from which we got weak melee damage again. Uncertain and crafting curiosity is kind of nice, actually. Perilous guys. What? Sanguine head, rocky body, Pollux affinity, and a nullifier. I see. Removes all xenotypes from the target, reverting them to baseline humanity. Oh, wow, you can de-gene someone. What is Feralisk eyes? 4 eyes with better vision. I see. All Feralisk eyes, huh? Well, there you go. See you in a day and a half there, Nacho. Not sure I'm keen on the idea of someone having Feralisk eyes, but the things that you would do for better vision, you know? You get rid of one, and another lands to take its place. It's another destroyer up in the mountains there. The good news, though, is that none of them are particularly close by now, so I don't really mind that one as much. It's basically, if anything lands in our territory, is when it becomes problematic, is what I've decided. I don't actually know the ins and outs of the mechanics of Vanilla Mechanoids Expanded, or Factions Expanded Mechanoids, but that's just the rule that I'm following. As long as they're outside of the Guaro Forest, it doesn't bother us. Hey, what is that? What are you? A wild pawn? Variant of the wild pod that have adapted to life outside of swamps and rainforests. They grow less and are less dangerous. I see. Well, you're a cool looking little thing, aren't you? Everything is mushrooms. Everything. Considering we now have 3 children in and amongst it, I figured it would be prudent for us to actually build an appropriate little schoolhouse. Rather than, you know, this situation that we've got going on. Unrelated, but the huge gene bank is actually almost full as well. So, you know, gonna need some more space in here before too long. Much better. It even feels like a schoolhouse in its own way. Who's what? New lovers? Hazel flirted with Shandon by telling a tale about poker. Is that what happened? chatted about using maces, and then you chatted about poker. I'm sure those two things are incredibly related, Hazel. But, sure. You know what? That's cool. Good job to the two of you. Now, every time Clav goes into this thing, she always ends up starving. What is your metabolic efficiency is 0, which is kind of interesting. You just don't eat very much, do you? That must be what's going on there. It's cramped, it's probably cold, and it speaks to the fact that our education budget ain't very good, but it's a schoolhouse, right? Yes, a classroom. There you are. At least it's somewhat impressive. Maybe we should put a heater in there at the bare minimum. Should we? 16 degrees. Yeah, it's going to get cold, actually. We probably should put a heater in there. And V's, one of our prisoners, has ended up with malaria. What's kind of nice here is that Zari, Priad, Athos, and Kalani would have gotten it, but for the fact that we've got penoxycycline on the go. So if ever I was pleased to make a fuss about penoxycycline, now would be about that time. I'm terribly sorry to hear about the malaria, though, V's. You have, you know, been tended for it, though, so at least that's something. You're probably going to be fine. I tell you what, it's just as well we put that heater in there because we take a look at the sanctum here. It's 2 degrees in there right now. It does, in fact, get pretty cold around here. You'd think we'd know that after being here, 2 years. Lani's gotten to the top end of Wild Speaker and can now summon a pack of animals to defend us. So whilst Kalani might not be capable of being violent herself, she can certainly summon things that are capable of violence. Let's go for another crop burst just before it gets a bit too cold. Wow. What is this? Agaricus dome cap. Everything about this fungus screams I'm toxic, stay away from me. Of course, this doesn't stop some enterprising individuals from consuming it as a drug. A psychotropic fungus, and should be consumed with extreme precaution, if at all. I see. Oh, it's that psychotropic fungus. This was the stuff that raider was on that one time and just kept going. Taste funny and produce a potent mood-increasing chemical high, but can become quite addictive. Alright, sure. Have some drugs, I guess. Ah, they are creepy looking. You know all that stuff I've said about mushrooms? Yeah, nah. Just gonna go and disallow those. Thinking as well, this is probably not the safest place to be storing toxic waste, whereas this should be probably quite fine indeed. I'm sure the prisoners won't mind. Yeah, I'm sure they won't mind at all. It's nice and cool in there. It's, perfect place. Much better. Oh, good. A group of mechanoids from Reactive Safety Mech Hive Mike, which is never ever going to become any easier to say, have dropped right on top of us and are attacking immediately. Okay, where is on top of us? Oh, that is in a terrible place. They've dropped on top of the child. Oh, that's horrifying. Okay. Grab the baby, Farley. And then Clav, you need to run very fast. Nacho, get yourself in here. In fact, they've dropped on top of the baby. Come on. Everyone get here. Okay. What is this? An Inquisitor? Super heavy mechanoid for area denial and bunker busting via flamethrower. No, I don't think we want a flamethrower in here, actually. Get that thing. There's 2 of them. There's 2 of them, though. Oh, sweet. Oh, God. Okay. Riyadh, Shannon, you're fine. Let's not have you inside, actually. It's something like this. Oh, my God. Well, we dealt with them, but in the process, Nacho got set on fire, and Clav and Farley's house was destroyed. You alright? Oh, you're fine. Cool. Thanks for that, you monsters. Oh, well, at least they're quick up on the rebuilding efforts. For goodness sake, why is it that they're landing on these houses? They landed on the baby, no less. Well, at least Clav knows where she lives. I mean, that was over before it even started, thankfully. I think the explosion probably dealt with them more so than we did. Shattered head. Kerwin's detonation. What? Kerwin's detonation? What do you mean? Surely it was you that the Inquisitor was exploded. The Inquisitor was exploded? How did Kerwin explode? No, I don't think Kerwin did explode. I think the Inquisitor exploded, and Kerwin took the credit for it. Irrespective of anything else, it turns out that Reactive Safety Mech Hive Mike probably shouldn't have landed in close quarters with a gigantic explosive thing. Yeah, there we are, look. Countering an Inquisitor at close range is ill-advised. The back-mounted chem fuel tanks are programmed to explode upon a system malfunction. Yeah, well, turns out, don't land next to your Inquisitor, buddy. You idiots! Mechanoids seem to be becoming more of a problem as time goes on. The struggle that we've got in dealing with them is that these ships are, for better or worse, quite well defended and quite far away. What have we got at the moment? We've got 3 destroyers and 3 frigates sitting about, and Dan has flu. That's terrible. But at least that crib and dresser are masterwork. Yeah, we are probably going to have to deal with this mechanoid threat because they keep coming for us, even though we cleared out the one closest to us. But we've had the mech cluster and then that mess happen in the last sort of 2 months. Deal with the mechanoids. I think that's going on the list. The question is probably going to be more of how we deal with them. I think our answer to that question lies here. At least I think Hooker's going to have something to do with it. But what we really want in order to make Hooker as strong as possible is some prestige armor, but that's going to require we get our hands on some L-Techs. Guess we add that to the list too. And you know something, actually, I'm going to say vehicles are done for now. Glitter World medicine just seems to not exist on this planet. Nevertheless, yeah, I do think that dealing with that mechanoids situation is on the cards before it becomes even worse. Now, it might be the case that we just get Hooker in some regular armor for the time being, or we look at using our own mechanoids to deal with those mechanoids. For example, an artilleron comes equipped with a mortar. Standard subcore is going to require one of these things, a subcore soft scanner, which we could quite comfortably fit here. Is that, yeah, the work spot for that's there. So I think we'll get the subcore, I can't say that word, subcore soft scanner in place. Probably also going to need a large mech recharger, but we could put one of those down fairly easily. In fact, let's do that. Let's get rid of this one. We'll also need a large mech gestator. Does take up a fair whack of space. Can't be said otherwise. But I think a bit of remodeling and we should be able to fit all this in here. And we can use the prisoners for the cause, which is completely fine and not at all monstrous. But yeah, I think there's something to be said about using mechanoids to deal with mechanoids. We'll build more mechanoids. But if there's one person for the job, this is the woman for it. And with our mechanoid lab expanded and our operation ready for more, I think we might leave things there for today. Next time, we'll continue on with our mechanoid-related project as Hooker begins preparation work for the... what was it again? Artilleron? Yes. And we'll start putting these pieces in place. For now, we'll leave things there. Thank you very much, as always, for joining me. And I will see you next time. Until then, take care.